I'm a beast, got jungle fever. Don't smoke, but a breakdown. The Chiba. Feel my senorita, you should be her. Buenos dias, clean up, clean cut. Bitch impressed with stock beamers. I'm on property, dual citizen with the visa. My niggas Ninja Turtles, call me Tracy Sensei. Knock him, mold me a nigga, get out.
Tell me when to go. Welcome to Ghetto Poet Podcast. This is your ghost with the most, Bella Martrice, and we are in San Francisco at Edge Studios. We have our producer in the building, Paul. Say hi, Paul.
Hi, Miss Bella.
And we also have a special guest, and we have Swuarey in the building. What's up with it, Swuarey?
What's up with it, fam?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really good. Blessed.
So you just had a single that just dropped when? Last night?
Last night. Dropped it at like 11 p.m. on the dot.
Oh my God. So what's the name of the single?
The single's called Freaky.
Freaky. Now, tell me about this single.
So I've been holding on to this beat. It's a like a 90s R&B sample. And I knew the beat was going to be, something crazy. I just didn't know what I was going to say to it. And lo and behold, the words were already there for me. I just needed to dig in my little crate inside of my head. And I'm sitting on my couch just thinking about the song, thinking about it. And as soon as the verse drops, the words just started coming to me. And so I'm like, okay, this is it.
That's what's up. I know when I actually heard the beat before I heard the lyrics. And that beat is, like you said, is hella, like it's kind of old school 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's fun. And I know recently when we were talking about music, you were saying that that's the type of music that you want to do, was something fun. So
Absolutely.
Hearing a song or whatever was hella fly.
I always try to make sure that within all of my songs, if it doesn't at the very least make you nod your head, then I failed. And this one, I think I really like swung for the fences on it.
So are you confident?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I really like the
confident.
song. And I know we usually don't do this. Usually we be like, hey, where you from? But could we just jump straight into Freaky?
I'm so ready to.
I'm so ready to too. I was like, and this is the first time it's actually premiering anywhere, correct?
Absolutely. Y'all hearing it first. This is an exclusive premiere. Don't nobody else got this.
Freaky by Swuarey.
Ass clapping like a church choir, popping for a pimpin'. I bet you I make it worthwhile. Careful when approaching her, she throw it like a picture, cause she get it from her mama, not no ordinary stripper. Better than a 2-year-old, fucking up the living room. Thick as a Snickers, some mood of liquor, gotta give her room. Money ain't an issue, cause she get it by the bucket loads. 100s and 50s and leave them singles for the mother hoes. Know just what she doing, I call her the pole whisperer. Money, 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 ain't got it, you ain't gon' get with her. Whole club packed, but la mama got the bulk of it. The eyes on her got me waiting for the grand opening. Cuban, Venezuelan, and a little bit of Mexican. Invited to my residence, she do it with no hesitance. Better than the rest of them, and curvy like a street corner. I done had a lot of them, but baby got a bubble on her. All she get is the big bags. Ass shaking be giving a nigga whiplash. Mommy get it poppin' in the city, so I might go. Probably gonna be fucking by the end of the night though. Light stroke, never that. Bend it over, arch your back. Do it for the Instagram, get these niggas heart attack. Let me see you dirty wine, show me you know how to act. Ride on his dick like you don't know where your father at. Yeah, she a beast, so don't show up with no paper, dog. Money motivated, I promise she ain't gonna play with y'all. Body shaped like an original Coke bottle, and the only way to get her attention is if your paper long. All these other bitches better get up with the program. Mommy making TikTok videos on the pole, fam. Looking like a siren, but be grinding like a slow jam. Do not disturb as soon as you hear that door slam.
So that was Swuarey with the freaky song of the year. You gotta tell me, Swuarey. Okay, so when the song first started, we had some animals howling and stuff like that. Was that you turning into the freak, or was that her?
So that part, I put that on there because I felt like there's pretty much two ways to look at the word freaky: sexual or scary. And so I wanted to add a little bit of both into the song. So the beginning and the end is all about the scary, but the song itself is the sexual.
That's interesting. What made you go that deeply into it, like with the intro and the outro?
Well, first and foremost, building on a song is key. You can't just create a song and think, oh, it's done. No, you got to continuously add on to it. Might even take some things away from it. And so that was just a piece of me adding on to the song. But it was also because, like, when someone says get freaky with me, you could take it one or two ways. And
Right.
I wanted to make sure that I incorporated both of those ways. So you can literally take the song either way you want to. So I just wanted to give people options, you know.
Have you thought about a concept for the video?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have. So primarily, I'll be dressed in well, for those who know, it's a wrestler. Well, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. He had a character called the Fiend, and I mean, though, once you see him, you'll fully see like, okay, yeah, this fits the song. And then in the video, I wanted to open up with the theme of the beginning of the movie Belly, where they're walking through the club, got the neon lights going and
I love
everything.
neon.
And somewhere within the video, I want to incorporate, you know how people have been on Instagram doing the whole "Get Ready with Me."
Yeah.
So I want to do something just like that called "Get Freaky with Me," just like the song, and have a girl in the camera or in the mirror putting on scary makeup, putting on the costume and everything, just like how they do on IG.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I like that. I like that. One thing I like about talking to you all the time is that you always have a whole plan.
Oh, yeah,
Like everything is
absolutely.
always well thought out. And I really didn't introduce you. We just jumped into it. So your name is Swuarey. Where did you get that name from?
So I've recently just found out that I got the story a little bit wrong. So it happened when I was like 5 years old. It all came from gift giving. Now during the
Gift giving?
holidays, yes. during the holidays, me, my brother, and my little sister were always in like an unspoken competition of who can give the best gift.
Mhm.
I always won. And so I thought that my stepdad gave me the nickname Swuarey because of how I kind of finesse things. But last year, my mom told me that she was the one who gave me the name. I still don't know the full story on how she gave me that name, but yeah, apparently it came from my mom when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, okay, okay. So what does the word mean actually?
So the actual word is to have a small gathering or a small party, but for me, the word is more of a personality, more of a lifestyle than anything.
Okay, that's what's up. But you seem like the type of person who would have a soiree anyway. Like with your personality, it seems very, intimate and detail oriented and
Absolutely.
stuff like that. So I think it fits you perfectly. When did you know you wanted to do music? Like how old were you?
Mm. I would say I was 14. Um, 13 was when I really started to take songwriting serious, but 14 was when I was like, okay, I can actually do this and make some money out of it. And so, yeah, I'd say 13-ish turning into 14.
Was your performer named Soiree then?
Hell no.
What was it?
I
Tell
used to
us.
go by 12 gauge. That is a whole nother story.
Okay, okay. So you don't want to talk about 12 gauge.
Legally, I can't.
Okay, okay. All right. So I won't ask you any more questions. So about 12 gauge, now I'm hella curious. Okay, so when was your first official like introduction to soiree? Well, how about this? When did you introduce the world to soiree?
That is actually a good question. So, 2017 is when I kind of fully embodied it. Now, to be honest, I ran from the name because I don't honestly, I don't even have a good reason on why I ran from the name. I was just trying to come up with something else or allow others to give me a name or something, but
Mhm.
it was just like nothing really stuck. And so my baby mama, she was like, why don't you just go with Soiree? And so I started thinking about it and kind of coming up with like how I can make it work, how I can make it fit me. And I didn't even have the whole idea of what the hell Soiree was at the time. But then once I started to really come up with the entire thing, then that's when I started to introduce the world as Soiree. And I took it as far as to tell people that my actual name was Soiree. So like a lot of people, and this is probably a surprise to a lot of you, but no, my birth name is not Soiree. It's Eric. My mom wanted to name me and my brother after royalty, and so his name is Richard. My name is Eric. But I wanted to make sure that not only do the world see Soiree, but I have to be comfortable as Soiree. Now, the things that embody Soiree is already me, but I have to actually put that into the forefront for people to see. I'm a very sheltered and kept away person, and so I have to make sure that I'm introducing Soiree and not just, oh hey, here's Soiree. So I would tell people that my name is Soiree, even when they would ask, "Did your mom name you that?" I'm like, yeah,
I asked you that. That's why I felt hella
like, yeah,
deceived. I was like, your name
'Cause-
is Eric.
because I want it to be okay. When you look at E40,
Mhm.
you think E40, even
Right.
though you know his name is Earl. You think E40,
E40,
and
right,
so I
right,
had
right.
to establish that for everyone else.
Right. Has somebody ever called your phone and asked for soiree and you've like totally been like, man, you got the wrong number?
Not on the phone, but in person. I was I can't remember exactly where I was, but somebody was calling me, and the voice sounded familiar. What they were saying sounded familiar, but for some reason it just didn't click. And then when they said it again, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's me." So, yeah, I mean, it was in the beginning stages a bit of a hurdle to get over. Get used to being called a different name, but 30 days, you're used to it.
No, I wasn't used to it. I remember the first time somebody called my phone and it was like, and I was I'm so embarrassed. I apologize if this was you, but I remember one time somebody called my phone and it was like, hello, can I speak to Bella? And I was such an asshole. I was like, ain't no motherfucking Bella here. Wrong number. And I just hung up.
See, and I still have to like the streets know me as Swuarey, but I still, even though my family knows that's my nickname, they don't know me as that. And so I had somebody come to my house looking for me, and they're like, "Hey, Swuarey here." Like, no, you got the wrong house, not knowing that I'm who they're looking for. And honestly, like, nobody in my household calls me Swuarey outside of like, I don't know, what would you call it, like a reference. They would only reference the name. They don't actually like, hey, Swuarey, go get this.
Right. Like Swuarey did that.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like a separate entity, totally.
Exactly.
It's funny, you know how I answer the phone when people ask for me, and they're like, "Is Paul there? Paul Brumbaugh there?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, he's passed." Because it's always a bill collector. It's always a bill collector. I'm sorry, he's no longer with us.
Especially when they use that last name.
Oh, he's no longer part of the living? No, he's no longer part of the pain.
That's a good one. He's no longer part of the pain. If a bill collector calls me, I'm gonna do that.
And they always send me
I'm gonna do that.
And they always send me those letters in the mail. Last notice. It's never the last notice.
Right.
The next one's got 2 big red stamps on it saying, really the last notice. Yeah, sure, okay.
For real this time, last notice.
Don't believe it.
I have a question, because I feel like, especially being an artist, like, you know you're an artist, but then there has to be something that sparks you to want to pursue music. So what made you want to pursue music? Because having a desire is one thing, but actually doing it is another. Like, what brought that about?
Quick story. So, come from Humboldt County, way up north for those that don't know. And out there, it's not a big rapping community, but for those who are within that community, we're very close-knit. And pretty much every big function, everyone is there, and there's going to be a cipher started. Now, I'm always in the ciphers. This one time, we're at Humboldt Hill on 420, and we're all big-ass circles just rapping. And it's going to sound a little whatever, but so I get done rapping, and for some reason, I'm looking down as I'm rapping. But as I look up when I'm finished, it was like 6 different girls coming out of the circle, coming towards me. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is it.
So you like the female attention at that moment.
Absolutely.
So you were doing it just to get a little freaky.
That's how it started.
Okay.
That's how it started. But to be honest, like, I mean, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and to be doing it that long, you gotta love it. And so, like, the inspiration, the creation, it all comes from sporadically, you know, just random place. I can hear a pin drop and then get inspired by it.
Right.
So that part of it, it comes from everywhere. But the start of it was the attention I got from it.
From women.
In particularly the women, yes.
Okay, so boom. What is something that people like? Because I feel like you're like hella mysterious, and then you seem more of an introvert. So therefore, I feel like for me being a like extroverted, it's easy for me to like meet people, and you know what I'm saying, to where you're like this mysterious guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel is your biggest draw? I mean, for me, I'm nosy, so I'm just like, why are you so quiet? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm nosy. But it's like, what, like, as an artist, like, how do you navigate being an artist and being so introverted, you know?
So, you kind of hit it right on the nail with that, the mysterious part. I don't try to be mysterious, but I've been told that by many people.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be my draw, is the fact that people want to know more. And they look and they're thinking, you know, whether it's positive or negative, it could be, who is this guy, or who the fuck is he, or, you know, whatever it is. But they're always curious as to something going on with me, and plus just the way I carry myself. I'm not always bouncing around the room talking to everybody.
Right.
You know, I will work the room and everything, but it's very calculated, I guess. I'm not always in everyone's faces. I'm not always talking a whole lot, and so people are always just curious because the quiet one in the room always gets the attention.
That you know what? That's absolutely true. Cause you're very boom, and you're like, what's up with bruh? But you hella cool. So as soon as you do talk, you like he hella cool. I feel like I love that you drive a motorcycle. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it so goes with your solo personality and it adds to the mystique. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it do. It's like you walking in with a helmet, perfect. Like that was like the perfect accessory for you. Like I really love you on a motorcycle. I was like, damn, it fits him.
Really
you know?
It's my piece.
Yeah, it definitely goes with the whole soiree thing. Do you know? You should get that shit put on that motherfucking motorcycle.
I'm definitely.
You should.
Gonna brand it.
Yeah, like into with these raps and shit. I know a dude that do it too. He up in Stockton for the
Shit.
lotto.
We could talk about that.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so would you consider doing another genre, or just even like mashing up some other genres, or?
So, it's funny that you bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently working on an EDM record. I want to get comfortable with it so that way I can eventually stretch it out to an EDM album.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to break into that world. It seems exciting, and it's, to be honest, with my personality, it's almost like polar opposites, and I think that is what is going to bring the attraction. It's the fact that it's somebody who doesn't seem like they're a part of this world, house music and things like that, and really shine in it, and other genres as well. I would like to get a part of. I've written for many other genres, pretty much anything you can name I've written for, but never really for myself. Always for other artists.
Oh, so you be writing for people. See, I didn't know that.
I try to stay busy.
Right. So what is EDM? Because I just be thinking like fist pumping.
Electronic dance music. So it's pretty much
That's exactly
fist pumping
okay.
and everything. It's
Okay.
A lot of people call it rave music or things like that.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
But to be honest, like there's so many subdivisions within that. So like, to be honest, calling it EDM is very shellish. Like there's more within that shell, so, but I'm not an expert on it. I'm not about to dive all the way into that.
I don't know too much about it. All I know is fist pumping and doom 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 in big ass warehouses. You know what I'm saying?
Glow sticks.
And glow sticks, like that kind of stuff. So like anything that's supposed to be like stereotypical about that, that's how I think. Even I've been to I wouldn't know if it'll be a rave, but there was glow sticks, warehouse, and doom 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 doom.
Was there Molly?
They did. I don't.
It ain't a rave.
I'm sure. I'm sure there was probably, but I've never taken.
Would be a rave.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I just saw the glow. I was like glow sticks and past the Cavassier, kind of thing. But you also have, what? Another thing I really like about your music, I feel like it's commercial. Like I can hear it on the radio. When I hear your voice, when I hear what it is you choose, I'll be like, I could just picture this fucking song while I'm in traffic and I'll come on. I'm like, ooh, like you have a very universal, like feel to it. Like I could hear it on the radio, like, now, and that's what I really like about you. Cause I feel like, I don't know if you do that intentionally or if that
I was
just
just
happened.
about to say that's not intentional. It's just one thing that I've always admired about people is that a lot of music listeners have that underground ear. I never had that. I was always a mainstream person, and so that was always like I felt like it was a hindrance because it will keep you from making the best street records, the best hood classics and shit like that. But my benefit is exactly what you just explained. The fact that I can go on the radio anywhere and make it.
Yours is a cleaner almost pop sound versus
Exactly.
a grungier garage sound.
Exactly. And
So it comes off more professional, more
Right.
clean, more polished.
that part.
And you'd
Yeah.
rather have that than going, yeah, I can get down and dirty too, because you can probably,
Exactly.
but it's a different skill set.
And not too many can go
Can
up to
do
where I
the-
am.
right,
you know,
right, right.
Not everybody can sound polished and professional.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true.
Some people, no matter what they do, they sound hood.
they couldn't pray for it.
Right.
And
They
there's nothing
do.
wrong with being hood.
Right.
It's just that if you want to flip the script on somebody, and you can't do that if it's not in your toolbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I really like. I remember, could we cue up number one? But I remember the first time I heard number one, and I was like, and I played it again, and I played it again. I remember listening to it in my car. It was a nice ass, sunny ass day, and I was in traffic, and I was like, I can see this is a traffic song. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it has the feeling of, I had a good feeling. It had a bop to it. It wasn't, I was like,
One thing about all of my songs is that you have to be able to play it in the car. If you can't enjoy it while you're driving, it ain't the right one.
and I feel like that's a good driving in the car song. Like, there's certain songs I don't want to hear while I'm driving because I notice I accelerate and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like you got one of them songs where it's like I'm in traffic, I'm chilling. Like, oh, okay.
It's a different kind of. It's not I'm getting a ticket tonight driving song.
right. It's not like, damn, doom is coming. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people, you hear they shit, you be like, oh no, doomsday. But with yours, it's a really good feeling. I remember sitting there and I rewinded that shit again. I turned that shit up and I was like, oh, I can see everybody else listening to this shit.
It's
I
a
think I
feel-good
texted you
record.
that day too, and I was like, dude, I could totally see this playing everywhere. So next for Swuarey, what is it called? Number one?
Number one.
I really
featuring
like
Andrea
this song.
Nicole.
Andre Nicole?
Andrea Nicole.
Oh, Andrea
The
Nicole.
Andrea Nicole.
Ooh.
Shit, hold on. Sorry.
No worries.
I got a funny story about this song too.
Nothing in a way is how we kick it. But baby, your love is kinda lit and I can dig it. All that I ever want, I found my number one. My number one. Everybody recognize the difference. It's deeper than love, and they've been hating how we living. More than I ever want, I found my number one. My number one.
They say it's sad cause I wanted you in the worst way. But they just mad cause they wanted you in the first place. Girl, it's whatever, we'll party like it's your birthday. Or blow another bag like it's just another Thursday. Puffin' on the J is how we kick it. I'm so deep in love and contemplating how you did it. You're so like a drug and I've been fiending for your contact. Play this on repeat and light a candle while we sip on this cognac. Cause I'ma give you 2 or 3 at least, that's the regular. Flip you on the bed and pin you down like a wrestler. You gon' need a passport to try and find a better love. I wish you the best, but what we got is just better, cuz.
Nothing in a way is how we kick it. And baby, your love is kinda lit and I can dig it. All that I ever want, I found my number one. My number one. Everybody recognize the difference. It's deeper than love, and they've been hating how we living. More than I ever want, I found my number one. My number one.
Homies say I'm tripping cause I go out my way for you. Cancel my schedule just to roll up and lay with you. Missing out on studio sessions and all kinda ish. Anything I can just to spend another day with you. Nah, I ain't playing, boo. This could be us trying to build a life with you, baby. This ain't just lust. If I got it, you could get it. You said it, then I'm with it. We'll be vibing for a minute, baby. We ain't in no rush. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm with it and more than fully committed. We could put it on the stage and show everybody we did it. No kidding, girl version of me. Yeah, that's twinning them. I ride, she gon' ride too. She my synonym.
Nothing in a way is how we kick it. And baby, your love is kinda lit and I can dig it. All that I ever want, I found my number one. My number one. Everybody recognize the difference. It's deeper than love, and they've been hating how we living. More than I ever want, I found my number one. My number one.
Okay, boom. So that was number one by
Swuarey featuring the Andrea Nicole.
Tell me the funny story about that song.
So I was on a date, and I'm looking around. I went to the movies, and then we went to dinner. Now at dinner, I'm looking around at all these couples. Now I've seen it kind of during the movies, but my mind didn't really go to it. At dinner, I'm looking around, and I see all these couples, and I don't know what stage of the relationship they're in or whatever. They could be happy for this one night.
Right.
But in that moment, that's what the fuck I wanted. And the date, the date I was with. Now, if you see this, I apologize for putting this out there like that. But the date I was with was just boring as hell. I mean, I was so uninterested, wanted to go home immediately.
Oh.
But I'm looking around at all these other couples that just seem so damn happy together. And the ride home, I'm just thinking about that and thinking about that. I get home, turn on some beats, and that beat was the first one to play. And I'm vibing to it. I'm like, this is dope as fuck. And I start thinking about the date and how bad it was and how I wasted my time and money. I'm like, I want a number one. Like, I'm tired of this dating shit. I want my number one. And that's exactly where it came from. And with majority of my songs, the words typically just, they just come flowing out. Like, as soon as I have the theme of it, the words just start pouring out. All I have to do is just write it down. And that's what I came up with.
That's actually a really good story. I love artists because I feel like, honestly, like, I really feel like, let's say I'd be like, oh, this person wrote this song for this person. If it offends somebody, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. But it's like, I can't stand in front of a painting that I didn't paint. You get what I'm saying? Be like, and this is by Martrice just because I had the money to buy it. I feel like the art comes from the originator. You know?
Yep.
I feel like you could be inspired and stuff like that. So when I hear I feel like every song that I've ever written has a motherfucking story.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's what art is us telling our stories, whether it be rap, whether it be painting, whether it be, you know, anything of that nature. And that's what really, for me, like, Ghetto Poet is about taking the artist and deconstructing the art to see the origins also. You know?
Absolutely.
And deconstructing the artist also, maybe being like, okay, Swuarey, where did Swuarey come from? Like, you know, like, that's what my objective is. So with that being known right now, what would you want to share, or like, about your your artistic process, or who you are, or what to expect? I mean, do you have any shows coming up?
Shows, I haven't booked any shows all this year. I've been in the creation process. And so for all of 24, everyone listen, do not hit me up talking about I have a show for you. All of 2024, I am in the lab creating. I do not want to perform this year. Next year is when I'll get back to it. I just want to create this year. I've been neglecting that part of it for so long, staying on stage. Like, I spent so much time on stage last year that I started to forget my own recording process. And so I had to just lock away for a while and get back to recording, get back to the creation of it. And that's really what I like in all of this music stuff, is the creation. Performing, meeting people, all of that. It's cool, it's fun, it has its moments, but my time is in the studio. That's where I am most productive, is in the studio. So this year I am not performing at all.
And I remember last year, every time I turned around, I'm like, look, he's performing here, he's performing. Every time I turned around, it seemed like every weekend, you were here, there, everywhere. So, but you said your favorite part of the process is actually the creation part.
Yep.
And that's good to actually put up that boundary and be like, look, I'm not performing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, because that is nerve-wracking. Because I remember I went through that for a while where I'm like, I gotta be everywhere.
Exactly.
That shit burnt me out. I was like, I'm about to sit down. Like I don't want to talk. I don't want to. And then to a game to a point where I know what for me, because this is going to be a segue to your next question, is that I get burnt out on interacting with other people when it comes down to music. Like I feel like there's a lot of manipulation, a lot of bullshitters. There's a lot of, navigating through all these unnecessary like loopholes and shit
Hurdles.
and hurdles, and it'd be like, man, I didn't even have to jump over that goddamn 5 hurdles. Like, what is going on? To where it's like there's been points to where it's like I don't even want to deal with nobody. I don't want to talk about music. I don't want to shit about music. I just want to be left alone. So what is the most challenging part being an artist to you, and how do you get over that?
For me in particular, the most challenging part I would say is staying consistent on social media. I'm not look at me as person. I
Right.
hardly take pictures. As much as I love my bike, by the way, I have a Suzuki GSXR 600. As much as I love my bike, I hardly take pictures of it. And I'm trying to get out of that. So like that I'd say is the biggest hurdle for me, is to stay visible. And I really, in this day and age, is the most important part. I mean, there's some artists, not going to name any names, but there's some artists out there who literally only have an online presence. Like their music ain't out, but they're an artist. They're hanging out with all of the rappers and singers, but no music out, but they're an artist. So like that online presence is so important. And I advise anybody who has an issue with it, find somebody who could take pictures for you,
Right.
or just get you a tripod and do it yourself. Make sure that you do at least 5 shoots a day and post them shits. You can have all the pictures in your camera roll as much as you want, but if you're not posting them, then it's for nothing. So stay on top of that for everybody listening.
I feel hella quite the opposite. Well, it depends. I love seeing women do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I like seeing the women to be out there and they're doing their thing and they putting out music and then they, around all the rappers. But I feel it's kind of weird for a man. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, yes and no. As a normal person, yes, it could be seen
right.
as weird.
Yeah, because
but,
it's like, what are you doing?
Being within the industry is recognized, it's
Right.
understood. And so, honestly, whenever I see, I'm not posting as much as I should be, but I'm subconsciously keeping track of how much others do. And I would notice, people was like, oh, you haven't posted in like 2 weeks. You might want to get on top of that. For some reason, it just sticks out to me. But like, I need to start coaching myself on that, or at least having somebody remind me, because I just hate taking pictures.
You do.
I hate it.
Yeah, because I'm like, hey, let me take a picture of you, Swuarey. But but it's funny because you're hella photogenic. Like, for real.
I've always been told that. It's
you're
just,
hella
I
photogenic.
don't feel it. I've never felt that for myself.
I think that's probably part of like the introvert thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not like, look at me, hey.
Exactly.
You're like,
and I'm a Leo on top of that. And so like people automatically assume that I'm, Mr. Center of Attention, shit like that. I am so far from that.
you are so far. And I'm a Leo too. And I'm like, hey. But then there's times where, but I feel like there's 2 aspects of a Leo. Because there's times where I'm like, hey. Then there's sometimes I'm like, don't look at me. So I totally get it. Like, there's always some polarity when it comes to every sign anyway. But, okay, so boom. So you said, like, taking pictures and stuff like that. I know, because you and Kimmit had dropped a song. And I hella liked that song. Because I remember I came up to the studio that day, and I was like, oh, that's hella tight. Send it to me. And I was like, where did it go? Like, where did the song go? And I'm like, send it to me. And then, yeah, you do have to work on, like, but then I feel like people that fuck with you should honestly, I feel like as part of being like in an artist community, where you see somebody is not good at something, you should be like, okay, well, let me just share. I feel like that's what community is, and that's really what I want to encourage other artists to do. If you see Swuarey and you like Swuarey stuff, guess what? Just fucking share
Please
it.
share it, because
Right,
I'm probably
he's not
gonna do
gonna
it.
share it. He's not. And So when you do perform in 2025, are you going to be throwing your own shows?
Yes, I'm gonna do a little bit of both, getting booked, but also booking myself. I want to get more used to and comfortable with booking myself.
Okay.
Um, I tried to last year for my birthday, didn't work out. Whole nother story.
Oh
But
yeah, I remember that.
I got a taste of what it was
What
like.
it's
You know
like.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. So next year, I'm gonna book shows for myself. I definitely am gonna redo that birthday bash, and probably going to reach out to some venues that I've been wanting to perform at. There's a couple in Florida, couple in Vegas, all over the place. And so, in terms of outside of California, I will be reaching out to those. But in California, I'll most likely be booking myself.
Okay. Last year, what was one of your favorite places that you performed at?
Mm. Oh, that's a good question. I always try to find something fun and memorable in each one. And so it's hard to say which one was the most, but I know that shout out to Taylor Nance. She was the first promoter to actually pay me for a show. I would have
Mm.
to say that that is probably the best one. I had a lot of fun on that one. Now, actually, not only did I get paid, but I was able to pay another artist to perform.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
dope. That's
you know,
dope.
it was a real good feel to be able to help someone else out, not only with the attention and the opportunity, but to be able to pay them. It's a good ass feeling to be able to pay somebody. So I'd have to say that show. It was in West Oakland. It was a block party. Can't remember exactly what street we were on, but it was ran by my homegirl Taylor Nance and her company Solid Grounds.
Oh, that's tight.
Shout
I
out to
like that.
Solid Grounds in Oakland.
Okay, so boom. So that was your favorite place to perform and the experience of getting paid. Yeah, it feels good to go somewhere and get that check.
Hell yeah.
You feel me? I think that's very important to be able to get that money. I love getting paid to do shit I love doing. And to provide that experience for somebody else, to pay them to do something.
That was probably the bigger part for me, is to be able to do that.
Right. So what would be your next goal? So you're gonna be throwing shows. So that's something you really want to be touching more money and being able to pay more people. Because I remember you was hiring me for your birthday to be your host
Exactly.
last year, and you was like, "I'm paying everybody."
Hell yeah. It's just, you
And
can't
look,
beat
you
that
was hella
feeling.
pumped about that. You was like, "I'm paying everybody."
Hell yeah. I was able to do it. I'm like, shit, let
Yeah.
me do this thing. I mean, like, yeah, we could take the cheap route and see who will do it for free, but it's like, nah, these people deserve to be paid. Not only am I reaching out to them because I want them to do it, but they deserve it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I definitely want to make that, and I'm going to make that happen next year.
that's what's up, and I think that that's a very attainable goal. And do you have a cash app? People just send Soiree money because he like paying people.
Yes, I
feel
do
me?
have a cash app. It's $Soiree. Simple as that. You can see the name on the screen there. $Soiree.
That's what's up. That's a very beautiful thing.
Right above your head there.
Oh shit. Yep.
Yep.
There
One
it
of
is.
these sides,
You
yep.
got it.
So Cash App Soiree, cause he like paying. You feel me? That was a good thing. I remember when you first said it, you was like, you was like, yeah, and it's a paid. When you asked me to host one of your shows, he was like, yeah, and it's paid, and I'm gonna pay you. And he was like, I'm paying everybody. You sounded so happy about it, and I was
I
like, hey,
was.
fuck yeah.
I was
I was
absolutely
gonna do it
happy.
for free any damn way. So I was happy, like, oh, okay, well shit, I
And
guess
that's the
so.
thing too. I knew everybody that I asked to do something was going to do it for free, but I wanted to be able to pay them. You
Yeah,
know
and
what
I
I'm
like
saying?
getting paid. So that's what's
And
up.
plus, it kind of just sets a standard. Like, we as artists all go through certain things that will kind of set a new standard for us. One was for me when I went to LA to perform for the BET Awards weekend,
Mm.
and that treatment there kind of set the standard for how I move henceforward. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that whatever I do is gonna be on a grand scale, no cutting corners whatsoever. Pay whoever needs to be paid, how much they need to be paid. And that's another thing, people. Pay what they deserve. Like, don't cut corners with the pay. If you have an artist who charges, say, 100 for an hour, don't come to them and be like, hey, I could do 70, 80. No, pay them that 100. Even offer a little bit extra, because it is not easy to be an artist. It is so hard, especially an underground artist. You're going up every night in front of a bunch of people that you don't know, and you're convincing them to like you through song. Now, I can do that easy through talk, but through a song,
Yeah.
people are very picky on what they like in music. And so you're up there every night trying to get people to like you. Pay them what they ask for, please.
And they are picky on what they watch. Ghetto Poet wants to thank all their live viewership right now. You can check out Ghetto Poet 415 on Twitch, Bella Martrice on YouTube, Martrice Candler on Facebook, and Ghetto Poet on Africa TV. We got viewership all the way across the board here.
Woohoo! Hi, everybody. I can't see. You know what? There's times where after I watch the video and I'm like reading the comments because I can't see them. I'm all the way over here. So
Shout out to everybody tuning in.
yeah, for sure. Shout
Yeah,
out
and
to
if you
everybody.
do have comments, mention them down below. We are watching them, and I can always get them to you if they seem.
Oh, okay. So Paul's gonna be over there reading comments. You know, we actually had a phone line that I don't never use. I'll be forgetting about it.
You do.
But we do have probably like 10 more minutes. We have one more song. And what is it? Bust It?
Bust down.
Oh, Bust Down. I know
Another
it's
funny
Bust
story
something.
about this song.
Okay,
too.
well, you gonna tell us the story first, then we're gonna listen, or you wanna listen then tell the
Actually,
story?
yeah. Let me tell you the story.
All right.
So, P.S. to everybody: if your song ain't got a story behind it, trash it. It ain't the one. So, this song I felt like was cursed because I had it for a year and a half, which is the absolute longest I've ever had a song. And it seemed like every time I tried to get a feature on it, something would happen. I'd get, oh yeah, let's, hit the studio this week, blah, 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 and then no response. Or, nah, this just ain't the record for me. Or, whatever. Anything you can think of, it happened. I could not get this song done. I wanted a male feature on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And I was beginning to give up on the song. And then I was going to the studio. I was talking to my homegirl Andrea, the one from the other song, and she was telling me, why don't you put a female on the song instead? Now, my homegirl C Dot, shout out to C Dot King, she had said that to me a year prior. Why not put a girl on it? I thought about it, but I was really setting my ways on how I wanted this song to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Andrea said it, I thought, you know what? It's been well over a year. I'm not making any progress with this song, and I want it released. And so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll give it a try. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, I'll just trash it, put somebody else on it. And so I have her get on the song. Now, I'm sitting outside the booth with my producer. Shout out to Colin, Ballin' Colin. He kind of gives me this look. I look over at him, and like he knows the history of the song, how cursed it's been and everything, how many times I've reached out to artists and have it fail. He knows the whole history of the song. He gives me this look. I look back at him, and I just know that he's like, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she's done singing, we stop the track, and I just drop down to my knees. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for putting the right person in my path, because I was going the complete wrong way with it. And now when you hear the song, you'll completely understand exactly why it needed not only a female voice on it, but her voice is perfect.
Here we go.
Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me.
Bust it open for a real one. You probably waiting for them bills, huh? I see you looking. Come chill, mommy. This ice is giving you the chills, huh? Gon' roll you one and sit next to me. I'm a babe nigga, got the recipe. Yeah, they tried to get you, but they ain't me. I'm about to get your pretty ass on the jet this week. Hit my line when you touch down. No plain Jane, she bust down. My main chick got pushed back. My side chick, she up now. Keep rubbing on me like she want a wish. Yeah, they made a few, but they don't come like this. Slim thick with a lot of ass. That's on the top of my bucket list. Bust down on everything. She twerking that thing in slow mo. Her body moving like a hurricane. I'm filming it with my GoPro. Go slow, then speed it up. Flip you over on your back, eat it up. Kiss you right up on your navel. Send you back to your man. Tell his ass he the one. Bust down.
Bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me.
Eyes on us when it's time to enter. You should see her dance when the light hit her. This thing the size of a baby leg, and she cradle it like a babysitter. I shot the club and spun the block. She busted down when I was on the clock. I was looking down, staring at my watch, till she reached around and straight grabbed that. All I know is it's the perfect timing. Got the music playing and the perfect lighting. With the chronic blowing and she's so excited. Like a bride to be that found a perfect diamond. She stay riding like genuine pony. I'ma beat it up like it was me and my opponent. Then I was spit in the ear, told her how you wanna get it. Then she looked back, told me whatever way daddy wanted. All I know is it's crunch time. When she spread her legs, then it's lunchtime. I'ma take it slow, I don't rush time. I'ma give you two for I bust mine. Go fast, then slow it down. Flip you over on your stomach, go to town. Kiss you on your lower back, send you back to your man. Tell his ass you're leaving now. Bust down,
bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I just want you all on me.
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
No, I love that part of it, though. I love that part.
I like that part too. Are we on, Paul?
We on.
Okay, so boom. So Paul was over here. Oh no. So Paul done made up this damn game called So Boom. You can show the people. So it's called So Boom. And so anybody, it don't matter like if you're drinking alcohol, you're drinking water, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because
Stay hydrated, folks.
This will help you stay hydrated. So boom. So every time I say so boom, you gotta take a drink. Oh my God, that'll be terrible.
Oh, or if you have a vapor pen like they do.
Or if you have a vape pen, you gotta hit your vape pen if I say so boom. That's terrible. That was such a good game. That'll be a good game. Okay, boom. You hit your vape pen, you hit your weed, boom, or you drink. So we have to say goodbye to Mr. Swuarey. Oh, look, he's coming to bring in a vape pen. I know, he's like, okay, I'm about to sing that Nicki Minaj song, boom, 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 and then you're going to be higher than a kite. So, boom, so Swuarey is about to leave. How do people keep in contact with you?
Social media all across the board is Swuarey Mayo. SWUAREY_Mayo, like mayonnaise.
So boom, there you have it, people.
I can't smoke that much.
And then too, if you go on to Ghetto Poet 415 on YouTube, I'm gonna create a playlist. I swear I already started it. And on Ghetto Poet on Facebook, I've been sharing his music on there, and this is my homeboy. And thank you for sliding through. You have a safe
Thank you
travels
for
back
having me.
home. I know it's always a pleasure. Everybody, tap in with Swuarey and go listen to that. What is it called?
Freaky. Yo, drop it. Look, I dropped that literally last night in a hurry at that. So please run that thing up. It's called Freaky. Now, since it is new on YouTube, the algorithm ain't picked it up yet. So you're going to have to type in my name and then type in Freaky, but it will pop up.
So boom. So type that freaky in that search bar. And stay tuned in. We have another guest that's gonna be coming in the building. Thank you very much, Swuarey. This is Bella Bella, and we out. Peace.
Peace.